African rhythms collide with European melodies, colonialism, transatlantic slavery, the black diaspora. For better or worse, this is where it all began. Cape Verde, a land of contrasts, blended into a unified whole. Make sure to check out my official Cape Verde travel guide, which will give you all the information you need to make the most of your trip. There will be more information later in the video. Time flies. I have been solo traveling for almost a decade now, and Cape Verde was one of the very first countries I visited. I can't wait to see how much things have changed. The food, the nightlife. Will my old friends remember me? Unlike the broke backpacker I once was, I now have a camera, a YouTube channel, and the ability to document this exciting journey. When visiting Cape Verde or any other African country, I always recommend starting in the city center. In Cape Verde's capital Praia, this is a neighborhood called Plateau, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I made my way to Rua Pedonal, a fantastic walking street that puts you right in the middle of the action, with plenty of shops and outdoor dining opportunities. This is a great place to try a local Cape Verdean breakfast called cachupa refogado, made from corn and beans.
Thank you.
After eating, I checked into the Hotel Santa Maria. For $50 a night, rooms are a steal considering the fantastic location on Rua Pedonal. Those with a bigger budget may want to check out the Hotel Santiago, located in the Achada Sant Antonio neighborhood. Rooms are newer and larger, but best of all, the hotel is a roughly 15-minute walk to Praia's top beach, Quebra Kanela. they going? After you are done in the water, check out one of the many high-end restaurants overlooking the beach. Enjoy an ice-cold sangria or lobster spaghetti while you watch the waves. It doesn't get much better than this. Let me take this opportunity to introduce Cape Verde Uncensored, an ultra-detailed travel guide I have created for my viewers who actually want to visit or move to this wonderful country. In these 40 pages of well-written prose and gorgeous photographs, we will dive deep into exciting topics like nightlife, dining, and entertainment. For a limited time, Cape Verde Uncensored will be available for an introductory price of just $5.99 for my earliest and most loyal subscribers. The link is in the video description below. Thanks for your support, and thanks for watching as always. Although it's tempting, you can't spend the whole day at the beach in Praia. Santiago Island has many other exciting things to do. I met with a local guide who agreed to take me to Cidade Velha, the site where the European colonialism of Africa began. Cidade Velha, or Old City in English, was the first European settlement in the tropics, founded in 1462 at the twilight of the medieval age. As a kid, I often wondered why Africans didn't fight back against the Europeans in the early days of transatlantic slavery, but the reality is they did. Portuguese accounts detail hundreds of armed men waiting on beaches at the sight of a European ship, and the Africans were able to score some early victories against the slave raiders, rushing their ships with dozens of war canoes and matching their crossbow bolts with poisoned arrows. The discovery of the uninhabited Cape Verde Islands gave the Portuguese a safe place to conduct their human trafficking in Africa without worrying about being overrun by the locals. The scars of this dark time are still evident in the Pelourinho Monument, where rebellious enslaved people were punished years ago.
There is a place for slave punishment. So when they do something wrong, in the past they used to be hanged right here.
Hanged?
Yes.
There is a lot of history in Cidade Velha. This is Rua Banana, said to be the first paved road in tropical Africa, but I'm not sure I believe that. Check out the Nossa Senhora do Rosário Church, the oldest surviving building in Cape Verde, and the Fortaleza São Felipe. This imposing structure was designed to protect Cidade Velha from pirate attacks. It wasn't successful. The city was overrun and totally ruined by the French privateer Cassel in 1712, and it never recovered. The current appearance of Cidade Velha may not seem to match the historical weight of this town, and the fortresses and giant cathedral look so out of place among these tiny one-story buildings. But that's because after Cape Verde's capital was moved to Praia, Cidade Velha was abandoned, and villagers from the interior moved in, using the ruins of its once great structures to build these modest homes. You can still see their descendants living here to this day. For a deeper look at the Black Cape Verdean culture, check out Pedra Badejo, located on the eastern side of the island. Unlike most parts of Santiago, this area is irrigated and relatively green, allowing it to supply most of the agricultural goods for Praia and other cities. Here, many of the people work in sugarcane fields, just as their ancestors did during slavery. But now they own their farms collectively and earn good money from their backbreaking work. The farmers also raise livestock and process onions. They are very friendly. Bom dia, amigo. Bom dia. Pedra Badejo also has an almost deserted black sand beach. While I wouldn't recommend swimming here, it is a good place to escape from the crowds. And be sure to take a walk through the quaint town. It's a fascinating combination of African and European vibes. I just love how they use different colored stones for the street markings. Very creative. In the evening, head back to Quebra Kanela, which is also the main nightlife spot in Praia, filled with the city's top bars, clubs, and restaurants. Today, they're holding a public festival in honor of the country's national soccer team, which performed surprisingly well at the recent Africa Cup of Nations tournament. This style of music is called funana, a genre that captures the energy and rebellious spirit of Cape Verde's Badu people. Eventually, the soccer team comes out on stage and the crowd goes wild. Thanks for watching. For more information about nightlife in Cape Verde and other topics, purchase my book, Cape Verde Uncensored, link in the description below. I'll see you in the next video.